In this video, we will go over in detail how to complete your visit note. What's on the left-hand side is different navigation to see information about the patient. You can change your visit time in the encounter info. The selected and active item says telehealth visit note. That's just where we work on our current visit note. You'll see other forms with the number 1 next to it if you have one other form attached to this visit, and you have access to other information for this patient. On the right hand side is where you'll be working on your visit note. You'll notice that the section title will have a gray background. You can click on the section title to collapse or expand the section to work on it. Some visit notes, or actually most visit notes, have multiple sections, and when you come to the visit note, you'll see all sections collapsed, and you'll click the title, or in this case the word note, to expand it to see the questions within the section and to start working on it. On the right hand side, you'll see if this section is required. A red asterisk will signify that this section has to be completed before the visit note can be completed. A blue asterisk would indicate that it could be skipped if it doesn't apply to this patient. A blue asterisk on a question means it can be skipped if it doesn't apply to the patient. You can answer it if you want to. On the red asterisk, that will indicate that this is a required question and it must be answered. Some questions will have NA next to it, and you can click that if this question doesn't apply to the patient. And at the end, you can click Save Progress whenever you'd like to continue this section later. And if you have completed the section, you'll see that the Submit Section Answers button will be lit up so you can finish off this section. Now here we have some SmartFlow questions. Some questions, when you answer it, it will bring in other questions to be answered. Now you'll see if I switch the answer back to no, those questions will disappear. Now, each question also has a history button next to it. It shows a clock icon. You'll see if I click it, it can show me a history of how this question was answered for the patient. If it's a new patient, of course, there will be no history, so there's nothing to see and nothing to grab. In the next clip, we'll show you an example of someone who does have a history on their question. Here's that example. You have a history of when it was asked and when it was answered and what was the response. You can grab the answer by clicking the green grab button, or view the entire visit note by clicking the blue view button. Now to finish up the form, you just finish up the questions that are required, finish up anything you'd like to write, and click Submit Section Answers. Mark who you coordinated with for this visit note, and click E-Verify and put in your PIN. Your visit note is now complete. Now, when our visit note is complete, you can see your recently completed charting by clicking on the Completed Charting tab. This is in the charting area. You can see visit notes and orders that you're still working on in the Unfinished Charting tab. You can click the Revise button if you have something you'd like to change on this newly created visit note or newly finished visit note, and the Revise button will only be available for a few days. You can see your visit notes and orders from your schedule too. Click My Time, the My Time tab, and find the visit date. You can click on the patient's name and it'll open a small window. The small window will appear, and from here you can see all the forms that were used for the visit. You can click the Revise button here if you'd like to change something on the visit note that's already completed. And you'll see a work button for incomplete forms so you can continue those. You can add a new form by selecting it from this drop-down menu, selecting which form it is. It could be maybe an order, an incident report, or a progress note, anything like that. Or maybe you want to update the frequency, you could select that from the Add Form drop-down menu. If you have the visit type and visit date and start time listed here, if it is wrong, you can click the blue visit time button on the right to revise that. You can revise the visit type, date, and duration, and a few other things, and we'll show that to you here. After clicking the Visit Time button, you can change the visit type here. Maybe it's an admission visit, a death visit, or something else. Change the visit date here. Update the drive from and through time here. If you're not an hourly employee, this isn't important and you can leave this blank. Update the start and stop time that you were with the patient here. If the mileage is reimbursable for you, you can put your drive mileage here. The mileage total will appear on your payroll reports. You can optionally add a comment here, and when you're finished with your changes, go ahead and click the green Submit Changes button. And thanks for your time.